Hello, everybody, and welcome to BC Buckets. I'm Matthew Brune. Joining me once again is Colin Mitchell. Colin, today we have Cam Christie from Minnesota, freshman. Not even 19 years old, 6'5" shooting guard. Who I was skeptical going into my deep dive of him, not because of his brother. I wasn't super high on his brother, but I just thought like the frame, like, all right, is he just gonna be like this guy who just like shoots the ball and he's like really thin, can't do much else?
Mm.
I left like pretty impressed. Let me see my big board right now. 31 on my big board right now, which I feel like is higher than.
I think he's higher on mine. Let me see.
Oh, okay. So what do you like about Cam Christie the most? Oh, you're looking. Oh, you're counting. Why do you not have this number?
26, because I move him around and I don't like to move around the numbers. 26. He's 26 on
Just
my board. Jesus. All right. Anyways, Ken Christie is 26. And like you, I was also like, I don't know. Like I went into it expecting nothing to pop
yeah,
out. And watching him, first you see the shooting,
yeah,
but then you kind of realize how he's able to use that and do a lot more things off that. And to me, it was really just kind of the feel for the game. So passing for me, he had 74 assists. And I think that's kind of an untapped thing that a lot of shooters don't really have, especially if you're like, you can get guys that shoot 40% in college, but they're not able to attack closeouts and things like that. And I think Cam Christie does both those things pretty well. 74 assists, he's able to attack closeouts. And not only that, the thing that I saw a lot when I was watching him is where they kind of do this thing where he goes out on one of the wings and you have a guy set a ghost screen and he rolls to the basket. I don't know what that's called, but it's great. And he's not afraid of doing stuff like that. And then not only that, just his length in general. I think for shooting guard, 6'5", 6'8" wingspan, obviously he needs to put on some strength. But there's room to grow there, and being only not even 19 years old at draft time, there's definitely room to grow there.
Yeah,
So
this is like a really interesting and I think fairly high upside like swing you can
yeah.
take here late first, early second. Like you said, I thought the body control and like the off the dribble ability was really appealing to me. Like like you said, attacking closeouts, yes, but then even just like he'd catch it, give him like a little jab step or
Mhm.
something, and he can go by guys relatively easily. Like I like his first step. So, with that being the case, it does open up the floor to a lot more of his game than what we've seen from I think guys who are his age, like that were just good shooters like in the past. So, um, yeah, over 5 3-point attempts per game. Like, let's go back to the shooting a little bit because we didn't hit on it a ton, but like over 5 3-point attempts per game, shot 39% from three, and the release is awesome. It looks like I think he'll be able to be a movement shooter like once he really gets stronger and like once he gets comfortable on the NBA court.
Mhm.
And with that as like a floor, then you start talking about, all right, can he be a more assertive driver, right? Can he be better on like on in the half court on layups? Like I think he was only 9 of 30 on half court layups this year. So he would get there, but then he couldn't finish or he would get blocked. And so
Yeah.
that's a lot of my problem with him. That's where he has to grow. But like I think the defensive upside's kind of there too. Like he wasn't a great playmaker on defense side of the ball, only like half a steal a game, but I think he has some tools to do it.
What's interesting too is when we talk about a player like this, if he was in the consensus considered to be a higher rated prospect, I probably wouldn't be so, I guess, kind in the scout,
Mhm.
because to me he's like, for a player in this current draft, he's like Jacoby Walter in terms of what they're
Yeah.
good at and what they're not good at. And Jacoby Walter is obviously higher on my board because I think he has higher upside, but they kind of play the same. And we kind of gave Jacoby Walter like not a very good.
Criticism.
Yeah, we gave him a lot of criticism. Whereas Cam Christie kind of has the same type of thing where he's not really getting to the rim, he's not really finishing at the rim, but he's able to shoot, and almost to a better extent than Jacoby Walter is, especially in the mid range.
Oh, he has
Um,
better shooting stats than Walter for sure, and he's
yeah,
almost a full year younger than Walter.
yeah, exactly. So it's interesting when you have that dynamic. I will say though, one thing that I am kind of worried about for him being a shooting guard, and what might kind of limit him as a wing, if he's not ready to play through contact, because I didn't mind so much that he wasn't converting at the rim, but that he wasn't trying to like cut or
Yeah.
slash when he had the opportunity to. And if that doesn't become a thing as he gains more weight, then that could be a problem and limit his court time for sure.
I think that's a great point. For context, I looked up consensus big board. Cam Christie is 37th. Jacoby Walters is 15th.
Exactly.
And I
Yeah.
don't see a 22-person gap between them personally. So yeah, comps,
Had to do the cop out and put Max Christie down just for fun.
of course,
But the real comp, I like Max Struss.
Max Strus.
Struss.
Strus.
Yeah, whatever.
I have Tim Hardaway Jr. and I have Alec Burks.
You would hope. Alec Burks too. Oh. You would hope that he becomes a better player than both of them. Tim Hardaway Jr. in New York wasn't terrible.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s had a good career.
No, like, yeah.
If I told you he had Tim Hardaway Jr.'s career and he was picked 35th,
I think of a player who played on bad teams and didn't really defend. That's what I would think of.
How long has Tim Hardaway been in the league? Like 11 years.
No, that's good. That's not bad.
He made a great,
in my head, I hope that he's a better defender.
Bro, he averaged 19 a game one year in New York.
Yeah, he was the best player, I feel like, on that team. Name that roster off.
If he has Tim Hardaway Jr. career, we're happy. This is a win if he ends up.
True.
You have him 10 spots over the consensus.
I have recency bias of today's Tim Hardaway Jr.
of the
That's
Mavericks.
the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem.
All right, that's all we got for y'all today. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Leave us a like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already.